Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. For my previous videos, kindly refer to the links given in the description below. In this video, I am going to explain how to use new command, renew command, etc. in LaTeX so that your job becomes easier. Let us take up the Technic Center editor. Consider a mathematical expression like this. If you encounter this only once in your document, you can type this explicitly in your document. Assume that you come across such an expression repeatedly in your document. In that case, you may define a new command and let us say I call this command as awake. The definition of awake is this. Then when I say awake somewhere in the document and compile it, you will find the first line refers to explicit typing of the expression. The second one corresponds to the newly defined command awake. But there is a small problem associated with this, namely let us say you have used awake in two instances. In the first case, consider awake full stop, and then awake when considered as a row matrix, etc. Then you will find in the first case there is no problem, but in the second case you will find the space after this mathematical expression or the next word is missing. To avoid this, what you may do is, wherever necessary, you may have empty curly braces, then the space will be introduced in the output. Another approach is, instead of using this, you may use a package X space, and then in the definition of awake, you may say X space. Then without using the curly braces, you will get the space as required by you available in the output. Now, I would suggest that wherever possible, use this approach. Use this approach whenever you can. This will save you a lot of time in typing and increase the consistency of your document. Now, let us continue our discussion on awake. Let us say we consider display math and then say awake. This on compilation, this will produce an error because this corresponds to $. Already here we have given a dollar in the definition. Therefore, it will say display math should end with $. To overcome this problem, you may remove this dollar here and type ensure math, open curly brace, and remove the dollar at the end, and then use the curly brace. Then the problem is solved. Whether you use it inline or in display math, the problem is solved. Now, let us consider another case. I want to define a new command S2, where I would like to have S typed twice in the output. This will produce an error because the new command definition cannot contain numbers. You can say SWTWO2. Then here also you can say, you will get in the output Yes. Let us say we have already defined the command avec. Suppose in your document the expression a1 comma a2 dots and then am also occurs in a number of places. What you can do is you can have an optional parameter one number, and then in the place of n you can have #1. Then wherever we have avec, you can say avec n, and here avec m, and here avec x. Then you will find in the output, in the first case you get an, in the second case am, in the third case ax, because the optional parameter varies. Again, if your document contains not only a1, a2, etc. an, also b1, b2, etc., then what you can do is you can increase the number of optional parameter to 2. See here you say #1 underscore 1, #1 underscore 2, etc. #1 underscore #2. Now the number of optional parameters becomes 2. Then here you can have a, and then b here, and then say c here. You will find in the first case a1, a2, etc. up to an, in the second case b1, b2, etc. up to bm, in the third case c1, c2 up to cx. This is possible. Actually, we can define 9 such optional parameters in the new command. If you are familiar with tensor analysis, you can typeset Christoffel symbols only with the help of such a definition of new command. Actually, the new command definition is more so elaborate. People usually stop with this: new command, the command, and the number of optional parameters, and then how they define. Actually, here you can specify the default value for the first optional parameter. What I mean to say is, suppose we say here z, then the default is in the first value is z, second parameter is b. Similarly, we can switch over to another expression by giving the value within the optional parameter within the square bracket c. Now, if we compile, you will find the default is z power b, but you can switch over to c power b, because here we have given c within options. Again, let us say we have another new command defined like this. For partial derivatives, I define like this: /pdv. It has got one optional parameter. The default value is empty. Then we have dfrac partial this. First order partial derivative is pdv, just pdv. The second order partial derivative is got by using number 2 within the square brackets, option brackets. You will find this as a result. This is possible. Actually, there is a small difference between new command and new command star. Those who are familiar with the primitive tech commands may be using def and def star. Def star is similar to new command, and def is similar to new command star. In new command, you can have empty lines or the paragraph command /par. But in new command star, you cannot have empty lines or paragraph command. Let me explain this. Let us say by exb, I say I give a line space and then type India. And then here we say exb. This will produce an error because new command star cannot contain empty lines. At the same time, new command itself can contain empty lines. I will say exa. Then, sorry. You can have it like this. Therefore, many people straight away use new command. They don't distinguish between new command and new command star. New command accepts even empty lines. However, new command star does not accept empty lines. Now, the purpose of defining a new command is to help to reduce the monotonous job of typing. That is why we use this kind of shortcut. When we speak of shortcut, people would like to ask, why not we use the shortest possible cut? Say simply, I define new command R. Then I will say new command R. It will produce an error. The error will be command R is already defined in LaTeX. Therefore, you cannot use this. Now, to verify that this is actually used, available in LaTeX, let me type here /r a within curly braces. The output will be like this. A small circle above the character A. But do not use this to produce the angstrom unit. Angstrom unit also appears to be similar, but always prefer to use /AA rather than /RA. For unit, use this. Now, what I was referring to here is /R command is already defined in LaTeX. Now, suppose you want to use the same command. All that you have to do is add RE, renew command R. Then /R will be accepted by LaTeX and you get this as a result. But do not use this approach normally. Avoid using such a usage unnecessarily. Now, what we can do is, let us say I define a new command BLT with an optional parameter 1. Here I use renew command baseline stretch, and then here we give the value parameter #1. This takes effect only when we change the size of the font. I say small and then I come back to the normal size. Okay. Consider some text. Here we have got some text. Then I will say BLT1. Here I will say BLT2. Sorry. Compile. In the first case you find the baseline stretch is 1. In the second case baseline stretch is 2. In such special cases you may redefine the already existing LaTeX commands. Don't do it as a routine. New command or renew command can be used one within the other. To demonstrate it, let me define a new command 30love. 30love is defined in terms of 6love, and then we define 6love in terms of 1love, and for 1love we give the definition like this: I love LaTeX E. Then in the document, if you give the command 30love, you will find the output contains I love LaTeX 2 epsilon 30 times. Now, there is a small problem associated with this use of new command and renew command. It is better explained in an answer to a particular question in stackexchange.com. Now, here they define a command foo with a number of optional parameters 1. The definition is given in terms of primitive text commands like this. They use if condition. If the argument is empty, print T. If the argument is not empty, print F. Now, we give the command /foo in the document, and also we use this in the section argument like this. Now, let us say we simply use like this. We compile, we find the output like this. Seems to be okay. On first run writes like this. Compile it once again. You will find the results are in the output are wrong. The section heading contains T, while table of contents contains F. Because this command is called fragile command in LaTeX. Fragile commands are with respect to arguments which are moving. For example, the argument for the section command is foo. It is available here. Also, sometimes it may be available in the page header, and because we have given here table of contents, it is available in the table of contents. The argument is moving from the section heading to table of contents. Such commands are usually fragile. To overcome this problem, what you may do is you may protect this command. Compile it once. The output in the document is T. In the table of contents, it is still F. Compile it once again. You will find in the table of contents also same thing. Table of contents now matches that in the document. This I have taken from stackexchange.com. Now, if you want to avoid this giving protect for such fragile commands, you may use what is known as robust commands, and in that case this problem will not occur. Thank you very much for watching.